Just a big-time shot by a big-time player, and we have a set where we can basically isolate LeBron on a baseline out-of-bounds situation like that. Rondo came up, whispered in my ear about, do I want him in there as the passer? And obviously I said, heck yes. He made a great read on it, and Anthony flew over to the wing. He talked about missing that shot, that similar type of shot against Brooklyn right before the hiatus. And like I said, big-time shot by a big-time player.
Frank, what have you noticed about AD's temperament and just him as a person, him as a player throughout your year of coaching him, and how can that speak to the moment that he rose to it all?
Yeah, well, he's, like I said, I keep saying it, he's a big-time player. He really carried us through a stretch where we were struggling to score late in the third. The combo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis is just, if one of them's not going, the other one is. And there was a little bit of that tonight when they're both going at the same time. We're near impossible to stop. And, those guys both carried each other throughout the game. And obviously a big part of the win.
Hey, Frank, it's Dave. These late game situations have been part of LeBron's game over the last 5-6 years, where he's become notorious for making those shots. And you have Anthony with the ability. You have Kyle Kuzma, another young player who hit a game winner against Denver in the bubble down here. Does that just give you more options? Is there a pecking order? What's it like as a coach, trying to figure out what to do in this situation?
It depends. It depends on the matchup. It depends on who's been going. It depends on the coverage. The ability to have two targets out there. Obviously in this scenario with Rondo as the passer, being able to read the defense and which is more open. Knowing both of them have that ability makes us a big threat down the stretch. So happy for those guys to win a game like that.
Hey Frank, AD in his walk-off, he talked a little bit about the questions about whether he wants this pressure and the fact that he hasn't been in a Western Conference Finals before. What do you think a shot like that in this kind of moment both can do for his confidence, and also I'm wondering what you saw in his confidence and in his willingness to take on that pressure in that moment?
Well, I've seen that from him all year, and just because his teams haven't been good enough to reach this moment doesn't mean that he's not that caliber of player. And we saw that tonight. No surprise by me, no surprise by our whole group, and hopefully there's more still to come.
Alan?
Sure. Kyle Goon?
Hey, Frank. Obviously, a very exhilarating way to win. But when you think about, you guys had a 16-point lead at one point, you had an 8-point lead with 3 minutes left. Are you sort of like, we kind of got away with one there?
Not really. It's a 48-minute game. Leads mean nothing against this team. They're a nightmare to guard. Give them credit for playing an outstanding basketball game. Even in the first half, while we had a lead, they're playing well, and like I said, they're extremely difficult to guard, and they're well put together and they're well coached on a defensive end. This is a complete basketball team we're playing against. So leads me nothing. You got to play 48 minutes, and luckily we were able to prevail down the stretch.
Jeff?
Frank, I know you said when you put Rondo in the game that he was sort of right. Were you going to put him in the game anyway, or did you guys just have a meeting of the minds?
Yeah, it was on my mind. As I was about to look for him, he came over as a different passer. I'm like, heck yeah, let's go. Let's get him in.
Did you tell him to play on the way in? Or
He knew to play. Yeah, he saw what we were in, the formation we were in.
Anybody else are going to send? Tanisha, I'll throw it back to you.
Okay, we'll do last two here. Let's go with Bill Plaschke.
Yeah, Frank, the TNT cameras caught you telling the team it was a Mamba shot. Can you explain that?
Well, we want to embody what Kobe Bryant stood for, and honor his memory. And obviously, there's certain games where we're going to feel it a little bit more than others. When we have that uniform on, I think we feel it more than others. And that's a shot Kobe Bryant would hit. So to me, AD coming off, just flying to the wing like that, with a catch and shoot, with the game on the line in the biggest moment of our season. Nothing but net. It's a Mamba shot.
Yeah, Coach. You know, a lot of their comeback was done through Jokic really kind of getting switched onto your guards and working through that. How do you better control that moving forward, you know, guarding when he gets switched on the guards?
It's like I said, this team's a nightmare to defend. You know, the problems that he presents, along with Murray, along with their supporting cast, is a reason they're in the Western Conference Finals and a threat to beat us. You know, we have to do. I think we're doing a good job keeping bodies on bodies. You know, in those switching situations. But to try to get the ball out of, you know, to get out of those situations is complicated, and it's difficult. And you know, our guys are competing. We're doing a good job in a lot of situations, but not good enough. You know, hopefully this is one of those scenarios where each game that goes by, we get a little bit better each game, and continue to improve with that. And hopefully we're able to get another win, another 2 wins.
You can't make this stuff up. Big game said it. They hit a Kobe-like shot to win the game.